and welcome. Happy Saturday. Welcome. My name is Tianna Christine. Hope you are well this Saturday morning, ready for your yoga practice. Let's get it going. It's a sunny day here in the DMV area. It's nice to actually see some sun rays. If you are joining me, this is my second week in the new studio. What do you think? Let me know in the chat what you think. So I'm always trying to change certain things. And again, I know I said this last week, my plant babies. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I think they do love the sun. They've perked up a lot. Even my Monstera plant has gotten a little bit greener. So I'm loving that. Hey, Daddy. Hello. Welcome to class. I know we had a stretch session yesterday, but we're still going to stretch it out today and get ready. So I did not pick the intention word yet for the day. I'm going to go ahead and get that going now. Yesterday's intention word was opportunity. Thank you. It does look great. I'm happy with it. It's come together quite nicely. And I am enjoying it. Now, next week, give you a little insight. Next week's class might be a little bit different. We might be in a different studio next week. I'm excited to share that. So, give the cards a little bit of a shuffle. And go ahead and get this going here. All right. So I like to give them a little shuffle. I do pick the intention cards every single day, and I share them on my social media. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one card. All right. I think this is a good one. I don't know if we've had this one in class so far. So I'm going to take out opportunity because that was yesterday. Hello. Hey, mommy. I will say one of the best parts about teaching online is getting my family into the yoga practice. I enjoy that. That is everything. All right. We're up to 967. And like I said, when I do get the 1,000, I can go live anywhere and everywhere directly from my phone. So I'm definitely trying to get to that number. All right. I will not leave you in suspense any longer for today's intention word. Today's intention word is grace. So we do need lots of grace. We're going to be very graceful today in our yoga practice. So keeping that in mind as well. If you are new, you can definitely hop in the chat and say you're new, say hello, because once you are here and you're interacting, you're a part of the family. So definitely say hello. For our yoga practice today, get your blocks. We are going to be leveraging our blocks today. You may not need the straps too much, but we are going to leverage our blocks. If you don't have any blocks, what can you do? You can get a stack of books. You can even get that can of beans, right? Something that's going to hold you up. You want to get something that is metal, so you don't want to get glass. Glass is going to tend to break. So today's intention word, yes, thank you for putting that in the chat. Today's intention word is grace. And we're going to have lots of grace today in our practice. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, if you want to send this to someone, wake them up, get them ready for yoga today, I invite you to do that. We're going to go ahead and come to a nice comfortable seat here. One, we're thankful that we woke up today. So let's give thanks for that. Not everyone got a chance to wake up this morning, and we are definitely thankful. So as we begin to bring ourselves down here on the mat, we start with that intention word of grace. And maybe even thinking of how that resonates with you today. And as we begin to just bring ourselves here, any comfortable seat will do. Get nice and comfortable in your sit bones. We're going to begin to just bring ourselves mentally here. We physically arrived in this space. We've gathered our things, or maybe in the process of gathering them. And now we arrive here mentally, getting ourselves ready for our practice. You can bring your hands to your thighs, maybe taking your hands up towards the sky, whatever is comfortable for you. We just get ourselves ready for our practice. Let's take a deep inhale together. As we inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Breathe in through the nose. And on that exhale, let it out. Let it all come down. Oh, good morning. We woke up. As we begin to just get ourselves comfortable here, again, we think about the word grace. It may be our own personal intention for how we'd like our day to go, our weekend, our week, our month, as we chart the course on the rest of this year. We do it with grace because we know that every situation sometimes requires a little bit of grace. Maybe giving others grace, and maybe asking grace of others. So as we just sit here, getting ourselves ready, I invite you to just let your body relax. Continue to breathe. We're setting that intention for our practice, getting our bodies ready. On that next inhale, we breathe in through the nose, exhale, chin down towards the chest. Allow your shoulders to come down. And on that inhale, slowly bringing it back up. Taking that gaze up towards the ceiling, chin comes up, resting the head on the back. Taking your chin back to neutral. I'm going to take that right ear down on our right shoulder. Gently stretch out the neck. Maybe we slept wrong today. And let's take that opposite hand out in line with our hips, coming onto our fingertips. Lifting up through the chest, we really get to feel that expansion all the way down through the fingers. And on that inhale, bring it back in. I'm going to go to the opposite side, ear down towards the shoulder. Again, taking those fingertips out in line with the hips. As graceful as we are, we ask our bodies for grace within this practice, remembering to listen to your body. And on that inhale, coming back in. Take those arms up overhead, lift up through the chest. Exhale, hinge forward, taking our hands down towards our mat in front of us. Release the tension on that lower back. Release your forearms down towards the earth. Now, this may be where you want that block to come into play and have that block directly under you. I'll grab a block here to demonstrate. You can take the block out underneath your hands or maybe even under your forehead, starting at the high position, transitioning down towards the mat, maybe in medium. And if you feel comfortable, maybe taking that block to the low position. With every exhale, feel that expansion on your hip. Releasing the tension away from the shoulders and the knees. Give yourself permission to explore your body with grace and ease. We want to be kind to ourselves today. As we gently walk our hands over to our right side, maybe taking that block with you. Keep breathing. And over to our left. Again, that block can go right with you. Keep breathing here. And then over to the opposite side. Keep on breathing. As we bring it back to center, allowing your body to relax here. And on that inhale, slowly coming back up towards the center. We bring those arms up overhead, gazing up. On that exhale, we release it down, taking the body here. We're going to bring our arms up overhead and come up onto our knees. Bring the arms up. Almost in our camel position, taking those hands out in front of us. And take it down into our tabletop position. Go ahead and bring the knees hip distance apart. We're going to extend our back up, arch the spine, tuck the chin into the chest, and begin to rock from left to right. Keep breathing here. Continue to breathe. As we do our cat-cows, we inhale, take a deep breath in, arch the spine, gaze up. And on that exhale, press into the fingertips as we arch the spine. We're going to do that cat-cow 2 more times. Keep breathing. Continue to breathe. Let's get the music back. Take 2 more. There we go. Bringing your spine to stillness. We're going to extend that right leg out behind us. Flex the heel down towards the earth. Feeling that stretch all along the calf, square off your hips. We're going to take the knee towards our nose. Arching in the spine. Exhale, extend that leg out behind you. Engage your core here. Flex your toes. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Arch the spine. And take it back out. So we're starting to warm up that body as we press into the fingertips. Arch the spine. And press it back out. Notice if you're leaning over. We're going to do that 1 more time. Bring it in. And exhale, release it out. And take it down. Give your knees a rock from left to right. Bringing those knees to stillness. We're going to again extend that left knee out. And bring the heel down towards the earth. Keep breathing here. I'm going to lift the foot off the ground. Bring the knee into the chest. Arch the spine. And extend it out. And bring it in. And extend it out. Sometimes it's that slow yoga, right? That gets you. Bring it in. And extend it out. We're warming up that body nice and slow. 2 more. Bring it in. And extend it out. Last one. Bring it in. And extend it out. Lower the knee down. Give it a rock from left to right. So we're going to push back into our child's pose nice and early. Take those knees out as wide as your chest. Push back. As your mat, push your hips back towards your heels. We're going to bring those arms out in front of us, coming into our child's pose. Knowing that this pose is available for us at any time. Keep breathing. Bringing the gaze towards our hands. We're going to bring those hands back down on the mat, and we're going to transition to our downward facing dog right here. So bring those knees in, tuck your toes under, lift the knees up. First downward facing dog of our practice. Pedal your feet out. Move your hips. So this is our first one. So be kind to yourself. Do it with grace. We bend our knees to warm up those legs, those hamstrings. Press into your fingertips, light on your wrists. We're going to bring our heels down to stillness, slight bend into the knee. Push away with your fingers. Tuck your chin into your chest. Walk your gaze up your thighs toward your belly. Being mindful not to completely dip into your shoulders. Take one more full cycle of breath. And we'll walk our hands to the back of our mat towards our feet. Keep that bend into the knee. We have our hands down towards our feet. So we really want to get that hamstring stretch in. So allow your head to release down. Keep breathing. And on that inhale, slowly bring yourself up to standing, nice and slow. Head will come up last. When the arms come up overhead, lift up through the chest like back in here as we gaze up towards the ceiling. On that exhale, we forward fold again, getting really deep into that stretch here. Maybe again, putting that bend back into your knees. Take your hands down towards the earth. We're going to take our arms opposite elbows for a ragdoll pose. Gently rock from left to right. Shaking your head yes and no. We release our hands down back into that forward fold. Maybe seeing if we can get that nose a little bit closer towards our knee. Again, keeping that bend into the knee. And as we bring our gaze towards the top of our mat, we gently walk ourselves out. You can come out towards a plank position or tabletop. If you'd like to take tabletop, go ahead and drop your knees. If you're joining me in a plank, go ahead and bring your hips down, shifting the weight over the balls of your feet. And together, wherever we are, we all lower down towards our belly. Come all the way down onto the ground. Untuck your toes. We take our hands right under our shoulders. Take your forearms down. We lift up for our Sphinx pose. Press into the fingertips. Begin to warm up the back. Keep breathing here. Feel that lower back start to activate. We're going to zip those legs up towards each other. And on that exhale, lower the hands down. Head comes down towards the mat. We tuck our toes under, push back to our tabletop position, transition to our downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet out if that's comfortable. Let's start to get into our flow. So if you'd like to walk your feet to the front or back, whatever's comfortable to you, I'm going to cue to the front. I'm going to walk my feet to the front of the mat in my forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. All right, let's get into our sun salutation, a forward fold. Taking a flat back. Plant your hands, step back, we'll flow through. If you don't want to flow, feel free to just push back to downward facing dog. We all meet there. Taking 2 breaths, walk the gaze up towards the belly. Taking that gaze towards the hands, come to your forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's get into it. Move your body. Flat back. Plant the hands, step back, we flow through. Keep going. Take 2 breaths. And on that next exhale, forward fold. On that inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. We got 2 more. You got this. Our body's getting warm now, definitely. Flat back and press back and flow. Two breaths. And on that exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Our last one before we transition, forward fold. Flat back here. Plant your hands, step back and flow. You know, this is a workout for your arms. Again, you can always come to downward facing dog. Take your breath. We're gonna lift that right leg, bring it up towards the sky. We're gonna bend it and bring it through to frame the hand. Pivot that back foot as we open up for our warrior one. Bend into your front knee. Bring that gaze right in front of you. Bend into that knee. We want that knee to be right over our ankle. Exhale, open out warrior two. Keep that bend so you can get a little bit deeper. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, we windmill our hands down as we step back and flow through. Meet in downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Take the left leg up overhead. Bend it and bring it through. We take our warrior one on our left side. Again, keep that bend into the knee. Exhale, open out warrior two. Maintain that bend. And windmill your hands down as we step back and flow through. All right. We're going to build a little bit on that. So again, lift that right leg up overhead, bend it and bring it through. And if you need to come down and bring that foot through, that's okay too. Pivot that back foot, warrior one. Exhale, let's open up to our warrior two. Keep breathing here. We're going to inhale, we'll reverse our warrior. And this time we're going to take our side angle. So take that forearm down. You can modify here. Keep breathing, lift up through the chest. Maybe you'd like to extend the stretch. Maybe you'd like to invite a block. Taking that hand down onto the block. Keep breathing. Keep that bend into the knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. You can come right back into the block. Maybe you might want to get a little bit deeper. Lift up through the chest. With grace. It's making me think of a Biggie verse. Bring the hands down, step back and flow. If you know it, you know it. All right. Let's start with that left leg. Bring the left leg up. Bend it, bring it through. Pivot, open up, warrior one. Now I know you know it. To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, right? Okay. Exhale, open up, warrior two. We inhale, reverse our warrior. Exhale, side angle. feels good. Again, you can invite that block. You can bring that in. Reverse the warrior. Exhale, side angle. Maybe you get a little bit deeper. And reverse. We windmill the hands down as we step back and we flow through. All right. Come to your downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. Coming back to your breath. I'm definitely warm and I'm ready to go. Let's take the gaze towards the hands. We walk our feet to our forward fold, wherever you are. Take a bend into the knee and let's sit into our chair. Release your shoulders. Nice long spine here. And on that exhale, we forward fold. Taking the hands down towards our feet. Take a flat back here. Plant your hands, step back, and flow through. Now this is our level 1. Feel free if you'd like to modify, you'd like to jump back, do any jumps that you like. If that's in your practice, feel free. I'm going to lift that right leg up. Bend it and bring it through. Framing the hands. Pivot your back foot. Let's open up to our warrior 2 right away. Open up. Bend into that front knee. Lift up through the chest nice and gracefully. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Bringing that arm up overhead. Nice and gracefully stretching over. And inhale to reverse. And exhale, we're going to bring that hand down. We're going to frame the foot. We're going to pivot that back foot, but we're going to stay up in our runner's lunge. Staying up in your runner's lunge, just feel that stretch. Maybe if you'd like to give yourself a little bit of space, you can lift up onto that block, whatever's comfortable for you. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. We're feeling that strength within our hip and our knee. And on that exhale, go ahead and bring yourself down and flow it out. Take 2 breaths. I'm going to lift that left leg up overhead. Bend it, bring it through. Again, open up to your warrior 2 immediately. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, side angle. You can bring it down, whatever is comfortable to you. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. And reverse. We bring those hands down. We frame the foot. Again, we come back to that runner's lunge. Just give yourself a second here. Get nice and comfortable. Feel that stretch in your inner hip, maybe even your outer hip. You can get comfortable here. You lift up through the chest, taking the gaze down right in front of your big toe. Release your shoulders. Plant your hands down. You step back and flow through or push back to downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths. This time we're going to bring the right leg back up towards the sky. We're going to bring it through to frame the hands. Drop the back knee, our low crescent lunge. Bring both arms up overhead. Press into your front knee. Lifting the arms up. See if you can turn that gaze up towards the ceiling. We really want to open up, quad stretch here. Lift through the chest. Slight back bend if it's available. On that exhale, taking the hands to heart center. We're going to begin to twist. So I'm going to come off to the side. We're going to bring those hands to heart center. We're going to twist that elbow to the outside of the right knee. Turn the gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Give yourself a little lift off of the thigh. And on that inhale, come back to center, both arms up overhead. Exhale, take it down. We step back, we flow through. Press back. We're going to do that same thing on the opposite side. Lift the leg up. Bend it, bring it through. Again, coming down onto that knee. Low crescent lunge on the opposite side. Lift through the knee. Lift through the chest. You can also lift that kneecap. Slide back, then gaze up towards the ceiling. And exhale, take it down. Oh, take the hands to heart center. We have to cross it over. We got to make things even on the opposite side, right? I'm not going to have you going through the day and we're like, something doesn't feel even. I got you. On that inhale, come back to center. Both arms come overhead. Exhale, take your hands down. We step back. We flow through. So take your 2 breaths in your downward facing dog. Come back to your breathing. Take the gaze towards your hands. Come to your forward fold. As we bend our knees, sit back in our chair. Keep that breathing. See if you can squat down just a little bit deeper. And on that exhale, bring yourself to stand. Shake it out here. You got it. All right. Give yourself a little rock, even a little twist from left to right. All right. Bring yourself to stillness. I'm going to try to bring myself to stillness. I'm with you. I'm staying here. The music got me. All right. Bring your feet down into the ground. Grip your toes into the mat. It's time to start focusing a little bit. As we bring our drishti point, that's that gaze, that focus on something that is not moving. Something that's directly in front of you. Not me. I will be moving. So if it's something right in the room with you, we're going to begin to lift our right foot. So I'm your mirror. I'm going to lift, not left, you're right. Lifting that knee up. We begin to anchor ourselves down onto that standing leg. We use that standing leg to really get us rooted down. It's okay if we shake. It's all right if we need to hold on to a wall. Let's just take a couple more seconds, just using our strength of holding that leg in without our hands. And then when you're ready, hug the knee into the chest a little bit deeper. We hug it all the way in. Maybe we move that ankle around. And then the opposite way. All right. And then let's just begin to hug it all the way in as we hug our foot. Grab onto your foot. We're going to drop our knee, letting that knee fall. Now, if this is too uncomfortable, maybe you can invite a stretch. If not, go ahead and hold on to a wall for leverage, maybe a chair. We're going to just begin to bring that knee, that ankle over the thigh. You can bend that knee to hug it in. Or if you'd like to tuck the heel right in towards the chest, you can do that as well. Whatever feels comfortable, this is your practice. We're going to begin to bend the knees, squat down. You can bring your hands to heart center. You can hold on, however is comfortable to you. Hang in there. If you fall out, come right back with me. It's okay. You got this. We're going to take 2 more breaths. And on that inhale, let's bring that knee back into our chest. And lower down, shake it out. All right. That one was a little tough. Let's prepare on the other side. So again, we set our drishti point. We focus on something that isn't moving. We get really, really rooted into that standing leg as we begin to lift the opposite foot off of the ground nice and gracefully. We hug that knee in towards our chest. We're using our core. We're using the strength of our standing leg. A little bit of quad strength here. As we hug that knee in. Without our hands, we're hands-free. We take 2 more breaths. Straighten up our posture as much as we can. Grip your toes into the mat. And then hug your knees in a little bit closer. Are those glutes getting a workout? All right. Hug it in. And then again, move that ankle around. And interlace the fingers, whatever's comfortable. Move it the opposite way. And then as we reach down, we hold on to the foot. Again, we drop the knee. You can let it hang out here. Go ahead and get yourself stable. Hold on if you need to. You can tuck the heel in towards the chest, whatever's comfortable. Invite a bend into that standing leg. We're going to begin to bring ourselves down. You can bring your hands to heart center. Hold on any way you can. One side is always different. It's all right. We're not symmetric. Keep breathing. You fall out, come right back. You got this. Take 2 more breaths. See if you can bend a little bit deeper. And on that inhale, bring it back in. We're going to hug that knee back into our chest. And lower down. Shake it out. Oh, all right. Let's turn back towards the front of our mat if we're not already. We inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bending to the knee. Let it all come down. Release your head. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Release your head down. Give your body a rock from left to right. We want to release all of that tension in our back, in our legs. Give yourself permission to just let it out. We're going to take a flat back here. Come back down into our tabletop position. Allow your body to rock here. All right. We're going to take that right foot out towards the side of our mat. So come over to your side. Allow that foot to come down. Pinky toe edge of the foot is going to be on the mat. Just feel that stretch on the inner thigh. Lift through the kneecap. So you want to lift that kneecap, engage your knee, engage your leg. We're going to take our opposite hand out in line with our hip. Bring ourselves over, open up. Lift through the chest. If you'd like to get a little bit higher, you can always invite a block to lift you up. Feeling that stretch all along the top of the hip as well as the quad. Gaze up towards the ceiling if that's available. On that exhale, we're going to bring that elbow and knee together. We're going to crunch it in. So crunch it off to the side. And we're going to extend the leg and arm out. Crunch it in nice and gracefully, right? And bring it in. Crunch it off to the side. And stretch it back out. And crunch it in. And stretch it out. 2 more. You got this. Crunch it in. And stretch it out. Last one, crunch and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch it out and come back down. Back to your tabletop position. Let's push back to our child's pose here. Bring it back. Lower your hands down. Honoring our bodies by just giving ourselves a moment before we go to the other side. Bringing the gaze towards the hands. Again, we come back to that tabletop position. We're going to go to the opposite foot this time. So stretch that foot out to the side. That pinky toe edge of the foot is on the mat. Lifting through the kneecap. We're going to walk our opposite hand out in line with our hip. Again, we bring that arm up overhead, stretch it out, maybe bring it up towards the sky, gaze up. Feel that lift in the body. Imagine lifting your chest up. Again, you can have the block. We're going to stretch that arm up overhead. And then we're going to crunch elbow to knee, crunch it off, and extend it out. And crunch it on the side, and extend it out. Keep going. Did you know we have like 100 days left this summer? Oh. Just a thought. Keep going. Crunch it off. And 2 more. You got this. This is our last one. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch it out and lower back down. Come to your child's pose here. Oh, give yourself a moment. Come back to your breath. Shake it out. We come back to our tabletop position, keeping our toes untucked. We're going to thread the needle. So taking our right hand to the center, I'm going to move my block over to the side. We bring that left arm up overhead, gaze up, thread the hand underneath, come down onto your forehead, bringing that shoulder down towards the earth. Feeling that stretch. Maybe walking the hand out. And shake it out here. Keep breathing. Take 1 more full cycle of breath. On that inhale, walk the hand back towards the head. Bring that arm back up overhead. And lower the hand down. We swap it out. Bring the opposite arm up overhead. Gaze up. And again, thread the needle, taking the arm back underneath the arm. Opposite arm, take your forehead down. Release your shoulder. We're opening up that upper back. And walk that hand out in front. Keep breathing. And take 1 more full cycle of breath. On that inhale, we walk our hands back towards our face, pressing off, lifting that arm back up overhead. And exhale, take it down. Give your hips a rock. We're going to lean back towards our hips. Now, feel free, if you'd like to take seated hero, you can take your hips in between your feet. You can sit back. If not, go ahead and sit down onto your block or pillow, anything that you have. Lift yourself up. We're sitting up nice and tall, so whatever's comfortable, whatever's available to you. Again, you can sit on the block here. Lift through your chest. You can take your hands behind you, take them towards your feet. Maybe they don't touch the feet. It's okay for them to come right here. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Maybe if they take the hands towards the feet, that's cool. We really lift up through the chest, wherever we are. Gazing forward, release the tension on the neck. And wherever we are, we're going to begin to press into the hips. Lifting through the hips. Lift up. Feel that stretch. Now we're doing this nice and wide. This is going to give us a little less resistance. Our knees together, a little bit more resistance on the hip. Press into the hip. Keep going. Maybe invite a little rock. Release the head. Take 1 more full cycle of breath. And bring your hips back down. Come back down into your seat. Again, if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, you can release the block. Come all the way down in between your hips. Give it a rock from left to right. We're going to bring ourselves down onto our belly, so come forward. Release your feet out in front of you, behind you. Come down onto your belly. Let's take those hands beside us. Our cheek can come down onto the mat. We're going to bend both knees up. Give them a little windshield wiper rock from left to right. Release the tension from our lower back. Keep breathing. I'm gonna let those feet hang out to one side for a second. One full breath. And then over to the opposite side for a full breath. You got this. And bring it back. Bring those heels close towards the glute. So maybe you bring them in. You just hold them here. Maybe lifting up through the kneecap. Maybe you bring your hands behind you to hold on to the feet. You can zip those knees up. And you just stay here. Maybe you hold on to your pant leg if the feet aren't quite accessible today. Whatever's comfortable to you. We take our chin down on the mat, gaze in front of you. And wherever you are, just invite a small lift into the knees. So again, if you're holding on to your pant leg or maybe even your feet, we begin to lift those knees off the ground. Wherever you are, even if it's the ankles, you can lift the feet wherever you are. Allow the shoulder blades to connect. Keep those knees together as much as possible. Keep lifting through. And on that exhale, we lower down. Release the feet. Again, give it a windshield wiper rock from left to right. Take our hands beside our head. We bring our feet down. Tuck our toes. Transition to our tabletop position. And our full downward facing dog. Paddle your feet out here. Go ahead and shift the weight towards the heels. Bring the heels down towards the earth. Take 2 full breaths in your static downward facing dog. Tuck the chin into the chest. We're going to walk those feet towards the front of our mat so we can put a bend into the knees, have a seat down onto our mat. Come all the way down. Keeping those knees bent, feet flat on the mat. If you're not already at the front of your mat, you can go ahead and give yourself a little rock up. Lift through the chest. We bring our hands behind us, again, still lifting through the chest. Drop your knees down to one side. Look away from your knees. Again, keep that lift through the chest. Bring it back up and over to the opposite side. Keep going. And take it back up. I'm going to hug those knees in, bring the knees up, and just roll back onto your back, nice and gently. Give your knees a rock from left to right. Oh, release that tension from your lower back. We're going to release that right leg out, hugging the left. Extend that right leg all the way down towards the earth. We're going to keep that foot and bring it up towards the sky as if we were holding up the ceiling with just our left foot. Keep going. Move that block. We're going to just give the foot a little bit of a circle. So make a circle in the sky with your foot. Maybe you want to point the toe, draw on the ceiling. Whatever's comfortable for you. Take the hands, you can bring them out to a T, palms up or down. And then we're going to go the opposite way with our circle. Releasing the tension from the leg. Nice fluid and grace as much as possible. And put a bend back into the knee, hug it in. As we cross the leg over the body, letting that knee fall down across our body. Again, taking that opposite, that hand, right hand out towards, left hand out towards a T. Turn away from your knee. Now keep breathing. Maybe that shoulder doesn't reach the ground just yet. We're not going to force it. With every exhale, we just surrender our bodies in towards the mat and the ground. With every breath, we get a little bit more comfortable here. And on your next inhale, bringing that knee in towards the chest. Hug it in. We're going to swap it out, hugging in the opposite leg, lowering down that other one. Readjust your body if you need to. Again, we're going to point that foot up, flex the foot, hold up that ceiling. Keep breathing. You can take the hands out to a T. We're going to point the toe if we'd like. Begin to draw on the ceiling, making our circles. Maybe we overlap the same circle. Maybe we make small circles, then big circles. Getting a little bit of that hip mobility. You got this. And then we're going to pause. Go the opposite way with our circle. Keep going. All right. This feels good to me. I don't know about you. And we hug that knee into our chest. And cross the knee over. Go ahead and hold on to the thigh if you'd like. With that knee, hand that's closest to the thigh, look back towards that opposite hand. Creating space between our hip and our rib cage. Release the shoulder. Again, maybe that shoulder doesn't connect. But with every exhale, we just surrender it towards that direction. We give ourselves permission to let go. Taking one more breath. And on that inhale, slowly bring your knee back into center. Hug it in. We're going to bring both knees in this time. Hug them in towards our chest. Giving our rock from left to right. Release the tension on the lower back. We're going to bring both knees over towards the side. One side, either one. We're going to do both. For our supine twist here. Taking the hands out to the T. Turn your gaze away from your knees. If it feels comfortable, you can extend those feet out, allowing that knee and that hip to come down, keeping the feet stacked on top of each other. Take one full cycle of breath. We hug the knees back into our chest. Come back onto your back and go into the opposite side. Again, letting the knees fall, turning your gaze away from your knees. And again, if it's comfortable, go ahead and extend those feet out. Whatever's comfortable for you. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, hugging the knees back into the chest. Come back onto your back. We plant the feet back down onto the mat, knees bent. Walking those heels in towards our glute. We set up for our bridge pose. Our toes track forward. Readjust your body wherever you need to. If those fingertips don't quite reach the heels, you're going to bring the elbows in, bring the hands almost to our robot arms. As we press into the feet, we lift the hips, keeping the shoulders down. Release the chin. You can press into the hands if the hands are down, keeping those knees together as much as possible. Keep breathing. Maybe we lift up a little bit higher. Again, give yourself permission. Unclench your jaw here. Keep pressing, lifting through the quads and engaging your glutes. And on that exhale, slowly lower back down. We're going to windshield wiper the knees from left to right. We're going to set up for that one more time. So again, taking the heels, walking them in towards your glutes. Again, setting your arms up in whatever direction you'd like as we press into the feet and lift the hips. Keep going. See if you can lift up a little bit higher. If it's in your practice and you like to interlace the hands and stack the shoulders, that's also okay. Lift up a little bit higher. And on that exhale, release the hands. If you have them interlaced, lower the hips down. Give the knees a rock from left to right. We hug the knees in. One last time to hug it in before we get into maybe your favorite posture, our Shavasana, our final pose, as we extend one leg at a time, all the way down. Bringing those arms up overhead, give yourself a stretch. Wiggle your fingers, move your ankles. And on that exhale, bringing your hands down by your side. Palms can be up or down. Or maybe one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Together, we take a deep inhale in through the nose. Feel the rise in the chest. And exhale, release it out. We come back to our intention. Back to our breath. We thank ourselves for just a great practice. However, we enjoyed this practice. We honor ourselves for just waking up and committing today. And as we breathe, maybe feeling some sensations in the body. Mentally preparing ourselves for our day. Setting the tone for how we want our day to go. Keep breathing here. And we're going to take 2 breaths in silence as we seal our intention for our day. Gently bringing awareness back into your body and back into this space. We wiggle our fingers and our toes, allowing our breath to deepen. We hug one knee at a time in towards our chest. Gently rolling over to any comfortable side. Maybe cradle your head if you need to. Give yourself permission to take up space here, maybe even dropping your knees. And when you're ready, using that hand to press yourself up into any comfortable seat. We bring those hands to heart center, our thumbs in towards our chest. We thank ourselves, one, for waking up and committing to us and showing up for you today. We thank our bodies for supporting us in the practice today. I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your morning. I want you to take this energy with you off of the mat and onto your day and share it with others because energy is infectious. I wish you a great day and a great weekend. See you next time. Namaste. All right, yogis. Hope you got a little bit of a stretch in, got a chance to enjoy your day, and get your morning started right. That's always good. If you enjoyed this practice, definitely give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that there's value in this, and they'll continue to share it. And then you also continue to share it with others. I'm going to turn the bed up here a little bit, get it going, because we want to get the energy ready for the day. And again, you've checked something off. You've accomplished something today. So even if you have a Netflix and chill or a self-care Saturday, you've accomplished something. And I hope that you take that with you. And again, I can't wait to see you next week. Next week, we're going to have, a little different set. So stay tuned for that. And again, I thank you so much for being a part of this and allowing me to be a part of your day. Can't wait to see you next week. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye.